Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, oh so thrilling comic book haul! Yes! A real comic book haul this time around. Isn't that exciting? Not just reviewing things, going through my own collection. An actual, legit haul. Yay. First, before I even get to that, look at this great t-shirt, man. Big thanks to Bub's Comics. Bub! I mentioned that I liked this art print, Steve Ditko here, from one of the comics I picked up. Man made me a t-shirt. How awesome is that? Sent it to me. Just an act of kindness. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Plus, he sent me 2 free comic books. Just for being nice. The Thing number 9. Awesome. And The Thing number 18. How cool is that? What a nice surprise on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you, Bub. Appreciate it. So, I went to a comic show, the Kokomo Comic-Con in beautiful Kokomo, Indiana, where I've had success in past years, I've had failure in past years. This year had a mix. No big gets. No great keys. Man, I'm telling you, these cons, if you go to these shows anymore, dealers, there's just less and less dealers. And they either have, in my opinion, the shows in the Midwest anyway that I've been to, they either have super cheap books, okay, great, I've had luck there, or ridiculously overpriced books. And those ridiculously overpriced books, they don't want to budge on. But, okay, fine. So really this was, I basically out of the entire show, I hit up 2 dealers and bought from. The first guy I bought out of his 50-cent bin, because he was the only dealer that had a 50-cent bin, and I found some goodies in there. And then there was God, if this guy ever stops coming to this show, there's one dealer that has just a wide variety of books, like, I don't even know how many long boxes, 50, and all over the map. There's a whole section of $2 books. There's a section of $5 books, $10 books, $20 books, and then like his all big gym wall books. Thank God for this guy, because without him, I don't know what I'd come back with. But, well, I do know what I'd come back with, these 50-cent books that I found. We're going to go through those first. So the very first thing I saw and I bought and I was pumped, Madman Adventures. This is an ashcan version that came with, God, what was the magazine called? Hero Illustrated in the 90s. The would-be wizard magazine, Hero Illustrated. So this is fully colored, original story from Mike Allred. Very, very exciting to have this. I enjoy Madman. I enjoy Mike Allred a lot. It's just a weird book that I didn't even know existed. Always happy to find those. Then I have the 90s Ghost Rider run, except for like oddball stuff. Second prints, newsstand editions versus direct editions. So anytime I find something I don't have on the cheap, I always pick it up. Case in point, Ghost Rider number 5, the second printing. Identical to the first, except for like this glow-in-the-dark goldish coloring here. So that was cool to find for 50 cents. Then, okay, I said I had the whole 90s run, an early 2000s run of Ghost. Well, I guess it only went to the 90s. That Ghost Rider run. Then I found this in the 50-cent bin. Ghost Riders Crossroads. The heck is this? I had no idea. I think I said that out loud at the table. I felt kind of bad. But I had never seen this before. Yeah, just a one-shot. And I picked it up. So I think I have the whole run now. I need to do a little more research, clearly, because this snuck by me completely. But isn't that exciting when you just find stuff you didn't even know existed? Very cool. Very happy to find that for 2 shiny quarters. Oh man, this is why I can never pull the trigger and buy new comic books when they come out. I buy very few, because like this had a $3.99 price tag when this came out. I don't know, a couple years ago, 2017, and I pulled it out of the 50-cent bin. From the DC Comic Young Animal line, Bug: The Adventures of Forager number 1. Jack Kirby creation. This is done by the Allreds, Mike and Laura, and then it's written by Lee Allred. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's their child. I don't know who that is. Again, I need to research. But very pretty comic. I like the Allreds. 50 cents. Oh yeah. Now it's the 6-issue series. Now I've got to track down the rest of it. But cool book. Wow, this brought back memories. The Epic Anthology featuring Sleepwalker, #1. Marvel tried to bring back the Epic line in the early 2000s, and it lasted like a month and a half, something ridiculous. They folded everything into this anthology series. This is the Sleepwalker was their big book by Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead fame. He enjoyed Sleepwalker, so he wanted to do that series. They were going to let him do it for Epic. But the line just folded quick. But I had fond memories of these books, so I was happy to pick this up. So, continuing my obsession with Ghost Rider, I don't have the Ghost Rider 2099 series, the Ghost Rider of the Future. I have the first issue. I've had the first issue for a long time. And I told myself, if I find them on the cheap, I'd pick them up. Well, in that same 50-cent bins, Ghost Rider 2099, #2. And #3. So now I can start reading these suckers. Start chipping away at these. There's always more to collect. Even on the cheap, there's always more stuff you need. And I keep finding these random Ghost Rider books. This is a couple videos ago I talked about the new Spirit of Vengeance series that came out like a year ago. Well, here's the second printing of the first issue, and I like this cover a lot. Kind of an homage to Giant Size X-Men #1. 50 cents? Oh yeah, I'll pick that up all the time. And I'm a fan of J. Michael Straczynski, the writer, creator of countless things. Babylon 5. He did a great run on Amazing Spider-Man. He wrote, what was that Angelina Jolie movie? Changeling. I just recently read his biography. Very good, very interesting stuff. What a life that man has had. I highly recommend this book. But one of the series that he wrote was a 24-issue series called Rising Stars for Image Comics. And I owned the first 10 issues, and then it got delayed. Like it took like 8 years for him to run this whole series. I don't remember what all the delays were with their problems. So now that it's done, I always mean to start picking it up when I see it on the cheap. So having just read his book, I said, okay, I'm going to go find these. And sure enough, at the con, found Rising Stars #11. And Rising Stars #12. And Rising Stars #20. So that's cool. Chipping away at that. Then again, I don't speculate much, but when I find things in the 50-cent bin that are supposed to be hot comics, sure, I'll pick them up. So I found Captain Marvel #21. This is the first appearance of a character called Big Mother that is, in theory, going to play heavily into some of the stuff that Donny Cates, the very acclaimed hot writer right now for Marvel Comics, is doing with the Carnage character. There's been some solicitations that show Big Mother on some of these covers. So people freaked out, and this book was hot for a red hot second. And I found this one in the 50-cent bin, and I found 2 of them in the 50-cent bin. So, cool. I mean, if it turns into something great, I spent $1. If not, I spent $1. Eh. Oh man, this might have been one of them. Well, I got really excited to see this. I was on a Rocketeer streak this summer. I found the first appearance, then I found the first issue of one of the series. And I actually saw this one at the flea market as well, but they wanted $4 for it. And I said, I can find this cheaper. And I just tucked it back. I held the stupid thing at the flea market for like 5 minutes. And I just wasn't willing to spend $4 because I knew I could find it cheaper. And by God, a couple months later, 50 cents, Pacific Presents, Pacific Presents number 2 featuring the Rocketeer. I love the artwork in this. I love this cover. It's a beautiful comic. Such a cool book to have for 50 cents. Yay. Then I found, and last of the 50-cent books I found were, I never see Batman. You see Batman in the dollar bins, 50-cent bins. But usually it's more recent stuff that's just overstocked, that didn't sell, and just, meh. These are 3 Batman comics from 1980. I got nearly 40-year-old Batman comics for 50 cents each, which was what the cover price was back then. And I couldn't just let those stay there. They had to come home with me. So we got Batman number 328. I love this next cover. Next 2 covers are awesome. Batman 329. Oh man, captured Two-Face as the judge. Oh, terrible. And then this was the first one I saw, and I was like, yes! Batman 330. That woman's destroying you, Batman, and you won't admit it. Either she goes or I do. The door is that way, chum. Goodbye. That's great. And I don't even know who this character is that they're talking about, but doesn't from the back this look like Black Widow from the Marvel Comics? Wouldn't that be a crossover? Let's just say that it is. Let's say it's... I would assume if Scarlett Johansson came in there that Batman and Robin would fight over her. I don't know. Too funny. And you know what? I'm going to break this up into 2 parts. That is all the 50-cent books that I got from the comic show. I will be back next time with the books that I actually spent real dollars on. Crazy. But that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Again, Bub's Comics, thank you so much. I'll leave a link to his channel. And please like, subscribe, comments, and I will see you all next week.